very good evening, and once again welcome to The Midnight Man with Jaden Zander. Tonight, in this exclusive, we have a voice note contributed by one of our listeners from Malaysia. So, let us now go to the host of tonight's show, Jaden.
A very good evening, a very good Friday evening to you out there, and once again, welcome to The Midnight Man with Jaden Zander. I am your host, Jaden, and tonight we have an exclusive voice note sent over by one of our listeners from Malaysia. This story is contributed by Ika Teriyaki, that is her Instagram handle, and this story is about her possession. She was possessed by 7 different kinds of jinns in her body. So, without further ado, let us go to story by Ika Teriyaki.
So what happened in 2018 is that I got possessed very badly. This is my experience. When I got married and I moved to Malaysia, I was living in Cyberjaya. A little backstory about Cyberjaya is that it used to be an area like very foresty. So before they developed it, they had to clear the forest. But before that, the authorities called a renowned ustad to remove all the bad spirits. But of course, there are still some bad spirits still lingering around. And unfortunately, I did not know of this prior to moving. And my condo was quite haunted. But I didn't face this after 2 or 3 months moving into the condo. So the condo in Cyberjaya, it was a studio apartment that we rented. So it's just literally our bedroom, the living room, and the kitchen, and just one toilet. I started experiencing things such as like my spray beater would just unscrew itself, and then suddenly the water will sprout, and things moving around, and my light will just switch on and switch off on its own. So I told my husband about these instances, but he thought that I was just hallucinating because at that point of time I was quite depressed and lonely after moving, and I had not many friends in Malaysia. So I just let it go and I just ignore it. Sometimes I just spoke back to the spirit and say, stop disturbing me, I never disturb you, why must you disturb me? And then after that, one day my husband and I went out in the afternoon, and then when we came back, we were at the restaurant at the bottom of the condo, and then my husband suddenly looked up just to see our house from the bottom, and then he was asking me, why did I not switch off the light? Why didn't I switch off the lights? And I told him, how can I switch off the light when I didn't turn it on? So he kept quiet. And then it happened a second time when he was in the gym and I was not at home, so I was at the gym with him. And then the third time it happened, he told us, no, not the third time. Then after that, one day, he went to work and I felt a bit not myself. I don't remember anything, but all I remember was suddenly I took a pair of scissors and I wanted to stab him. And then I was very frantic. So what he did was he took the day off and we went back to his kampung to see his uncle who knows how to ward off spirits. So when we met his uncle said this: the spirit's not in your house, the spirit is already following you. Okay. So we went back home. When we went back home, because my sister was in KL for a holiday, so we went back home. We didn't stay over at the kampung. So when we went back, all our lights and fans were switched on. My fridge was open. My bed was not made. Immediately, I called my sister. My sister said, it's okay, you come over to the hotel. We book for you a room. You stay here first. Don't go back there. I told my mom, and my mom said, find another house. So we did. 2 nights we stayed at the hotel. We quickly found a house, and we, in the day we went back, we quickly packed and we moved out of the house immediately. So after moving, a little bit backstory is that my husband's third eye is functioning, as in he can see ghosts. So what he told me after we moved out is actually he has been seeing things, but he just kept it from me. Like for example, all the times I complain that the car park basement lift has a smell. After a while, he told me not to talk about it because it's not smell from garbage but something else. And then sometimes at night he see a spirit will walk down the corridors but will stop right outside the wall of our bedroom and just stare at me. Sometimes he say he see a spirit on the divider of our bedroom. Sometimes he says he sees the spirit sitting at my feet when I sleep. Sometimes he says he sees the spirit standing at the window in my form, but I am next to him sleeping. He kept it all from me because he didn't want me to get scared. But after the first possession, mini possession, he decided to take action and we are out. So after that, it was Ramadan, and Muslims believe that during Ramadan, there are no evil spirits because all those evil spirits are tied. So that was that. We moved to KAJANG, and we KAJANG, we like from my house we can hear the azan from 2 mosque and 1 surau. There's a surau here. It's a very busy condo as compared to my condo in Cyberjaya. So after Ramadan, 1 week after Ramadan, we came back after visiting in Singapore and back in Kampung. Things were normal, and then for one weird day, I just knocked out. The next thing, I opened my eyes. It was 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, and then there were people surrounding my bed. 2 men pinning me down to my bed, and my husband next to me reading ayat kursi, and then there was an ustad reading stuff also. And then he asked me, is everything okay? The ustad asked me. I was just staring at the corner of my bedroom because I saw something, a black figure stand like at the corner of my ceiling. I tried to read Quranic verses and everything, but my tongue just couldn't move. So that's when the ustad exercised me another time and like remove the spirit or something like that. And then after that, immediately he told me and my husband to go and take a shower with some water where he already read like Quranic verses. So we took a shower, and after that he was talking to us and he said, do you know how many spirits were there in your body? I was like, I don't know. 1, 2, 7. 7 spirits in my body. My husband told me, like, when I was possessed, I did so many things that I wouldn't do when I was conscious. Like, the ledge at my service yard is about 1.6 meters high with nothing in front of it. I managed to climb that. I tried to stab my husband many times, and then when they hit all the knives, I knew where all the knives were. I wrestled 4 or 5 men when I tried to hurt my husband when I was in possession. And the spookiest thing is, my husband told me that no, everyone is gone, and then I just replied, don't lie, why is he here? 10 seconds later, the ustad rang the doorbell to come into my house. I could not have possibly known that he was coming because they locked me in my room the whole time I was possessed. So that was the possession of Atika in 2018. Now I'm much better. Like after the exorcism, they say that I have this kind of like battle scars, and spirits still can see me. I mean, see the battle scars. So I'm still like a sort of magnet to them. I get possessed once in a while, but it's not as bad as the one that I went through in 2018. So I can't go to places like waterfalls, some beaches, caves, things like that. I can't go to forest trails. Yeah, I can't go to houses that are near rivers. So because I will get possessed very easily. There was once we just drove past a place like that, and I almost got possessed, but we managed to stop that. So that's the story.
And that is Atika, or Ika Teriyaki. Thank you, Atika, for sending in your voice note, your stories to me. In future, if you have any more, please do send it over. Alright, we will be very happy to listen to more of your horror stories. Okay, and well, tonight I think we have only that exclusive for you. And I shall see you again next week, next Friday, same time, same day, for 2 more stories from my collection. So till then, you take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next week.
And with that, thank you and good night.